Hey, this is Jay Sones back with another guide. Today's about lock picking and trap removal. To get started, make sure that you're on a profile. I'm going to choose please subscribe. First thing we're going to want to do is create a new script, lock picking. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of items in my backpack here. We're going to use an organizer agent to move them all here. Let's do that first. Organizer 3. We'll add the trap tools and drill, and we'll also add the lock picks. Set a hot bag to a backpack and click organize now. This allows us to quickly move a bunch of items without having to click each one. Okay, now that we have all our items in one nice little bag, let's go ahead and create the script. Head on over to scripts. We're going to try to make sure that we have a training box using greater than info. Type on the strong box here. It's named a strong box, so we'll say if line type strong box in our backpack. We can continue. Else overhead no training box in 34. So it's red. And if. So the first thing we're going to do is add a skill check here. So if our skill in lock picking is less than 100, we'll attempt to do some lock picking. And then if our skill trap is called remove trap. I'm trying to get better about using double quotes everywhere. This is less than 100, remove trap. And if, save that. So the next thing we want to do is if you double click a training lockbox, it pulls up this Gump. We can either access our script via the Gump, or we can just double click the tools and then use the lockbox. For the simplicity of the script, we'll go ahead and do the just clicking of the tools first, but I'll also cover how to use the Gump if you want to. If we have a skill less than 100 in lockpicking, we'll want to make sure that we have lockpicking tools. So we will do greater than info on the lockpicking tools. These are called lockpicks. So if line type lockpicks in our backpack, else, and if, and we'll say overhead, no lockpicks. But if we do have a lockpick, we'll Dclicktype lockpicks from our backpack, WaitforTarget, and there is a shortcut here. I've been typing WaitforTarget this whole time, but you can actually just do WFT, WaitforTarget, and then we will target type the strong box in our backpack. Okay, because basically we'll want to double click the lockpick and then click the strong box, and that will attempt to pick the lock. It takes 4 seconds for that to run. So if we save and play this, correctly attempts to pick the lock. Sounds good. We want to do the same script, but for remove trap, we'll go ahead and copy and paste that over. And instead of lockpicks, we will want to do greater than info on the trap tools, which is called a drill. So if find type drill, Dclicktype drill, no trap tools. If we save and play this, I correctly try to attempt to pick a lock, and then it attempts to move traps. And at the end, we would just need to add a loop. And we're done. Let's see how this goes. Lock picking and remove trap. Okay, and this Gump doesn't need to be open, it can be closed. If we finish picking the lock, the little training lockbox automatically resets itself. This lockbox can be used the entire time all the way to 100, 120, whatever your skill is. If you want to learn a little bit more, we can. I mentioned how do we interact with this Gump, and how do I know how to do that? So we'll go ahead and save this script as is, and we'll make a new one. We'll actually copy and paste this here. Make a new one, and we'll say lock pick Gump. And we'll save and copy and paste this. So we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to double click the strong box. And now how I know how to interact with the lockbox is I basically go down to the end here, I hit record. So what that does is I can now double click this, and it actually shows you what it's doing down here. So I'll double click that. I will select this. So that was our lockpick. And then I'll just click this, and that was our remove trap. And I'll click stop. And so what it did is when this recorded the click of the lockbox. So instead of saying that, we can say Dclicktype strong box in our backpack. Okay, and I'll delete that line. We'll wait for Gump 73, 60, 38, 070. Okay, so we'll leave that there. Gump response 4 was Lockpick. Okay, and then we wanted to wait for the Gump. And there's a double wait for Gump here. So this is where it gets a little tricky. We'll basically say wait for Gump, and then we'll say wait before seconds. Okay, and then I would do Gump close, and I would declick the lockbox again, wait for Gump, and then wait 4 seconds. And we're going to move these over to the respective areas. So this was the lockpick, and this was the drill. I'll also add the Gump close to this top one here, just so that it's rerunnable. Save and play, and it should, oh, unloan 97. I have Dclicktype. I need Dclicktype. Save. Is it down there? Okay. Play. Attempt to pick the lock. You fail to make any progress. You attempt to remove traps. Alright, so either one of these scripts work. So you guys learned something with either the Dclicktype or the Gump response. Let me know if you liked this video, hated this video, too quick, too short, not enough info. What you guys want to see next in the comments. Hey, I appreciate everyone. Message me on Discord, message me here in the YouTube comments. I really enjoy the fact that you guys are learning some stuff. I'm learning some stuff as we do this, so keep up the great work. I'll see you in game. Peace.